What's up, guys? This is Kephas. So we are back here, and I have decided that even though we are level 70, we now have epic flying and all that good stuff. I've decided to come back to Outlands for one more zone because I really like Nagrand, and I was just feeling like I wanted to revisit some nostalgia. And this is one of those zones that, when I think of Burning Crusade, this is always the one I think of. This is the zone because, like, I don't know why, because it's a lot of people's favorite zones, like favorite zone, but it does have a lot of nostalgia for me. Like, I remember when I did my top 10 favorite zones in the game, Nagrand was not on my list, and people like freaked out at me because it's like everybody's favorite zone, and it's not my favorite zone. It's probably still not on that top 10 list, but it's definitely one of the most nostalgic zones for me, and I really enjoy it. It seems like every expansion has in Nagrand, right? Like, like even like Old World kind of has that with Alterac Valley, kind of, or maybe even like Stranglethorn, which I don't know if that's anybody's favorite zone. But then you have, trying to think, I guess, what is it in Wrath? The Howling Fjord is kind of the favorite zone, the big, green fieldy kind of zone. Mulgore is kind of like a big green field. People just like big green fields, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like the newest ones. Was it Storm? Gosh, I need to get like caught up. I haven't played BFA so long, like in terms of in game, but I don't even remember the name of zones anymore, which is kind of crazy. The Storm Zone. Gosh, I can't even remember the name of it. That's kind of embarrassing because I did play a lot of BFA for a long time. But yeah, so Nagrand is pretty straightforward. You just do a lot of, killing enemies and killing creatures and critters all over the zone, and kill a bunch of ogres and all that kind of stuff. But man, it just gives me nostalgia. I kind of have the war song theme from the same zone in Warlords playing, because I was like, it kind of makes sense. This is the orc territory, right? It's supposed to be. Of course, as an alliance player, we really won't be dealing with any of the orcs. That's okay. I think it's, I don't even remember. Gosh, I didn't really do a lot of alliance when I was playing in BC, even though the first character I ever leveled up to max was an alliance. It was an alliance hunter. I played him for like 2 seconds and then switched to Horde and leveled up a warrior, which is kind of funny now that I think about it. I've always liked leveling up characters. And then did a bunch of Isle of Qualdanas. That was a good time. Making money, just that kind of thing, I'm so like, I'm always like wanting this restart in this game, which is kind of crazy. I like the leveling process. So, like, I have a bunch of new characters that I'm leveling up on a different server now. It's because I've done, like, every character and every class on the servers I already play on for both Alliance and Horde. It's ridiculous. I could level up characters all day long. So, I'm just trying to, like, just try to meet new people a little bit here and there. Of course, one of the things that's hard with me right now is, like, I don't play WoW consistently enough to, like, really mingle in like I used to, because there are so many other games that I like to play now. And I just can't get lost in WoW anymore. But, like, I like to try to make some, meet some new people or hang out with some folks when I can. I was playing Classic and did, like, what dungeon was it? The, Stockades. I did a Stockades dungeon with a group, and we were, like, in Discord. And, man, it really brought back the memories. Good times I've had playing this game. And just really feeling the nostalgia. And so, like, I love this game. I love all the great memories I have just with this game, and the fact that it's still fun to play after all these years is pretty sweet. Can't get enough of it. But yeah, like, so I've been hopping in and out of WoW, playing a couple other different games. I was really big into Final Fantasy 14, and I took a break because I was like playing more classic, and I'm thinking about hopping back into that again. Like, it's crazy just how much, how much I can like hop in and out of games. Like, I kind of always have WoW subbed partially because of YouTube, because I make videos for it so much. But like Final Fantasy 14 is the game that I'll like take a break from, step away from, and then want to go back to, which is cool. Like, it's a really good game. So, and then like it's the first day of spring, the day I'm recording this. So, Animal Crossing comes out tomorrow, and that's exciting. Like, really looking forward to that. So, there's just a lot going on, and it's pretty sweet, and I like it, and I'm excited. So, and if you heard my announcement, then you know that in the short term on this channel, I'm going to be doing a lot of video game playing. I kind of want to focus on that right now with everything that's going on, and just kind of play a bunch of games and share my experience, and and hopefully people can check that out and enjoy it and have fun and make some experiences of your own. Right now, it's a good thing to do. Just get lost in a game for a while, and it's just like it's always been my go-to thing. Like when I'm home, like when I'm chilling, when I've got a lot on my mind, like playing games. Like, I can't tell you how much WoW has gotten me through in my life. Just like, I actually have had I have a very good life. I always have. Everybody goes through things, and WoW has gotten me through so much. It's, like when, not to overshare or anything, but like when I was going through a period of time where I was home a lot and just, didn't really have a lot of friends. I made so many friends in this game, people that I'll like remember forever because they were there when I didn't have a lot of friends, and I owe a lot of that to WoW. Like, so it's just crazy how much good video games have done for me. I mean, everything from the friends I've made to the experiences I've had to this channel existing, all because of my love for video games. And I like that, and I think that's something that I want to focus on for a little while. And then like I know that like a lot of times lately, especially I've criticized this game, a lot of the retail stuff especially, and I'm not saying I'll never do that again, but I think even for now, I kind of want to step away from doing that. I just want to focus on the positivity and the enjoyment of the experience, and be grateful for it. Be grateful to have that experience. Like I'm thankful that I can play games and enjoy them, and like just have it be such a big part of my life. Like I have no regrets with that. Even if I'm not the best game player ever, I'm like, there are always people that are way better, know way more. I guarantee you there are fewer people that enjoy games as much as I do, and just feel very privileged, like to be able to play them. Like even with like, like I make videos talking about like my vision and how I play games. Like I'm even grateful for that, man. Just in spite of my vision, being what it is, having the ability to play games is such a privilege that I appreciate every day. It seems weird to say, but like it's just like my thing, So everybody has their things that they enjoy very much, and gaming is definitely one of my favorites for sure. So yeah, like I don't know, man. I'm feeling the good vibes today. I'm just like here in the Grand, just going on a killing spree, and as I slaughter all of these creatures here in the Grand, I'm just reminiscing about good times and feeling all the good vibes. It's kind of funny. So we will eventually go to Wrath as well, after probably do a few quests here, spend a couple episodes in the Grand, and then we'll wrap up the level 70 bracket with Wrath for sure. Kind of funny though, like there are zones that I love in Wrath, but like I like to get through Wrath as quickly as possible because I don't like all of the zones. Like I think I kind of like more zones in BC than I do in Wrath, which is kind of weird because Wrath's leveling is probably a little bit better. But there are always like these like certain quests in Wrath that I don't like. It's weird. Like every zone kind of has like that. I'll get to a certain quest and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to move on to the next place now. But it's kind of cool because I'm leveling Alliance and I'm a lot more familiar with Horde. So it's kind of sweet to get to come back and do this on Alliance side. I wish they would find a way to bring back the Wrathgate, because like you can't do it anymore. And with the way we have like, time walking, it'd be kind of cool. I guess they can't because of how it worked, but it'd be kind of cool if they turned like a time walking dungeon and made that out of the Wrathgate. That'd be kind of sweet, just so that like people could still experience that. Because I think that like the Wrathgate is one of the best things they ever did, honestly. Still to this day, it's one of my favorite like events that ever happened. And that's another good reason why I think, maybe considering a Wrath, eventually like having multiple classics, I guess, like bring back a legacy server for Wrath. I think that would be sweet, just so that way people could experience it again. Yeah, like I would love that for sure. Oh my gosh, if they ever bring back a Wrath classic server, that is where I will friggin' be, man. I would love to go back to those days. Be my paladin, like overpower everything. Crazy easy macros. Like macros were so easy to make back then. Just all that stuff, man. Like playing Death Knights back when you could be a blood DPS and just like never die. Like I'm feeling nostalgic today, man. I really am. Which is fine. Like I'm feeling, like I said, it's just like reminiscing is good times. Like honestly, like even though like I complain about the game a lot after Wrath, like I even had a lot of great memories. Oh geez, hi there. A lot of really good memories after Wrath as well. Just in Cataclysm, I have some good memories of that. Leveling up, honestly, I had like 2 buddies that I was playing with at the time. We leveled up together. And then we split off for a little bit because we were like logging in at different times. I remember going to the ocean, what's it called? Vashir, and leveling there and being blown away by that zone. I'm like one of the 5 people I know that actually like that zone. And still kind of does. I still like it. It's just that like it's a little bit broken now, unfortunately. So like every time I go there to try to level up, maybe we'll try it in this series. I don't know if I want to even fool with it, because every time I try to go there, it seems like it's broken now. And oddly, I've developed a weird fear of underwater. There's a term for that, and I can't think of what it is. But I have that fear now. I didn't used to have that fear, but I kind of do now, which is kind of weird. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But so like I remember in BFA, there's a quest when you're Horde where you have to go to the bottom of the ocean, and I like was panicking legit. My wife was like sitting there like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not okay. This is freaking me out right now." But I got through it, and I was like so glad to be done with that quest. Like I don't know why I developed that fear. I didn't used to have it. Maybe a little bit unease. Like I'd watch Discovery, and they'd have like an ocean episode, like underwater life, and it would kind of creep me out a little bit, but it was never too bad. Like I watched like Finding Nemo. I remember the scariest part in Finding Nemo was the whale scene, when the whale's like coming up slowly, and it like freaked me out a little bit. But it was never too bad. But for some reason nowadays, it's like that fear is really bad, and I don't know why I developed that fear. But yeah. So, and I used to go to Florida as a kid, so like I've been in the ocean before. It's not. I mean, I think it's like oddly enough, like it's kind of the fogginess of the ocean, maybe like just like. It's this vast empty space that you can't see very far away, which, shouldn't be a problem for me because I can't see very far away anyways, but at least it's not foggy normally. Like I'm not afraid of the dark or anything like that. It's not that. I don't know how to explain it. It's just really weird, and you can't hear anything like when you're in the ocean. That's something else that's weird about it. So, and I'm just like always envisioning a giant like fish or some type of crazy creature just like showing up and appearing and like nomming my face off. So I don't know why I have that fear, but yeah. So going to Vashir nowadays is it puts me a little bit uneasy. Not like it didn't used to do that. It's just weird. It's weird to like I've had many fears that I've overcome, like the opposite, where I didn't used to be afraid of something, or I used to be really afraid of something, and now I'm not. Like I used to be when I was a kid, I was really afraid of thunderstorms, and now I'm not. So, and then like there are times like it's kind of weird. Like there are times where I'll see a spider and it'll creep me out because they're so small, and it'll freak me out. But then there have been other times where I've seen one and then just be like, okay, and it just like got rid of it. So I don't know. Like fear is a weird thing. I guess it just depends on your mood. Like, sometimes, like, you know, if I watch something, I don't know how to explain this exactly. Like, my wife has this a lot worse than I do. Like, she cannot watch The Walking Dead. And it's not because, like, you know, oh, I'm scared of the show or anything. It's like watching it makes her uneasy. Like, you know, like maybe have bad nightmares, which, you know, disturbs sleep, and that's no fun. Or like just feeling generally uneasy. You know, I don't usually get that too bad, but man, look at all my debuffs down there. I don't know what add-on changed, but holy crap! It's not to just get distracted out of nowhere. But anyway. I don't usually get that from watching shows like Walking Dead, like nothing I can't really handle, you know, maybe a little bit, but like if I watch, like I like watching this YouTube channel called Down the Rabbit Hole, where he kind of like covers a lot of crazy things that have happened on the internet and just people that are a little bit like just bizarre experiences, people who might be a little bizarre, a little just crazy things that have happened. And if I listen, like I'll listen to that and be really into it, really like it. But I'll notice, like, if I watch it for a while, like binge watch a bunch of episodes, then, like, for a day or so, I'll feel a little bit uneasy. Like, I'll feel that, like, those weird vibes. Like, it's weird. So stuff like that, like, just dealing with, like, people who are, you know, I don't know what the right word is. I guess a little crazy. Like, dealing with those types of people, like, just hearing their crazy stories, you know, which, by the way, plug for that guy. If you're into that kind of stuff, crazy people and crazy things that have happened on the internet, check out Down the Rabbit Hole, because it's like my favorite YouTube channel right now. Has been for a while, because he has really cool videos. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, if I watch that kind of stuff, I get uneasy, which is weird. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody else out there has those kinds of like weird, quirky fears or whatever, but yeah, that's mine. Underwater and crazy people, I guess. I don't know. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button. And feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. Don't forget, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and if you'd like, you can support this channel on Patreon. Links to all of this can be found in the description below. This is Kephas. Until next time.